It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And Memphis is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Grizzlies will be going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, let's just say it has not been a season to remember for them. With a large chunk of the schedule behind us, they have the worst record in the entire NBA. Yikes. And you look around the league, many teams in the South can struggle with attendance. That has not been the case in Memphis, though, fellas.
You know, the basketball capital of the South. Memphis is
Wow.
a hoop city.
I
and
like
guess
that.
what? The barbecue on Beale Street is delicious.
Wow, the barbecue capital of the South.
What kind of barbecue do you get when you go? Is it chicken? Is it ribs? Is it Brunswick stew?
I get chickens, I get ribs, and I get
Not just one.
oh
you
yeah,
get
not just
multiple
one.
chickens.
I get chickens, I get beef, and I get the brontosaurus.
Okay.
The Brontosaurus.
Just think about that big, Ernie.
Oh, wow.
Think about that big, Ernie. You can't
Okay.
eat it. You can't eat it by yourself.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they had the
Is that what
brontosaurus.
Wilma gets too, and Barney and Betty? Good.
Well, Memphis, the capital of the South in
Basketball capital
I
of the
tell-
South.
you know-
I don't know if the folks in Atlanta are going to be wild
I
about
know.
Memphis getting that.
But the Grizzlies, they fit just fine. We like them.
yeah. Oh, that does it for us.
Yes.
Kevin Harlan with a call. We'll see you a bit later.
Wilma!
We've got the Grizzlies in Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, against an Eastern Conference team here at the FedEx Forum. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. The Hawks here looking to pick up one on the road before returning to Atlanta. You know, it's getting pretty urgent for them, fellas, during this losing streak, going without a win in their last 6 games.
Yeah, and Kevin, I haven't been able to quite figure out what the problem been for this group, but obviously neither have they, because the struggle is real. I know they're working hard to get things figured out, but no matter what road they've taken, it's led to a dead end.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Thanks, Kevin. Memphis head coach David Fizdale spent a long time as an assistant in Miami. He coached the big three of LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh. He said they were incredible leaders and basketball geniuses, so I was very lucky to be a part of that. A lot of my success I owe to that team we had in Miami. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Coach Fizz is certainly an exciting young coach on the rise. A marquee matchup tonight. 2 great centers going head-to-head. Brent, talk about the attributes scouts are looking for out of modern-day centers.
I think one of the things that they look for first with regards to a big man, Kevin, is a guy who doesn't shy away from contact. I know the game is moving with a little more open pace and space, but still, your big guy's got to want to be physical, because there are times in the game, whether he's touching it in the post or not, he's got to be a presence both offensively and defensively. That requires taking a few hits.
And with the ability to pass, and you know, other guys like Bogut, even at an advanced age, can still, I think, make a difference in that position.
Yeah, but if you look at guys like Bogut and Steven Adams, they're still willing to sacrifice their body, not for the glory of having the ball, but everything they can do for getting the ball into open space for their guards. That means hitting a guy, setting hard screens. That physicality has got to be priority 1.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, Schroeder and Bazemore are in the backcourt. Collins is out there with Prince, and it's Deadman in at the center. And so it's the Hawks getting on the board first. Evans setting the pick for Conley. Outside Gasol.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Evans. They set the screen. 5 on the clock. He kicks to Green. Gasol, a screen on Collins.
Well, Dedmon does such a good job as a mobile, quick-footed big man. Good at contesting the shots down there.
Bazemore dishes to Dedmon. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. They get Marc Gasol.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
One shot.
On the free throw, no good. And the Grizzlies enjoying the longest stretch of sustained success in franchise history. Greg, 7 consecutive seasons making the postseason.
And this group has gotten as far as the Western Conference Finals. And a lot to be said for that consistency. But, of course, everyone's in this for the rings. Interesting to see where they go from here to turn the corner into a true contender. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Dishes it to Schroeder. Shot clock at 6. Collins. Atlanta working now with the new shot clock. And here's Prince outside. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. The Grizzlies have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Evans outside. Gasol a screen. Shot off the screen. He gets that one.
Well, this is the work in progress part of Tyreke Evans' game. Now he's hitting the shot on a consistent basis.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. There's a good screen. Here's Collins. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Good looking screen by Gasol. Evans kicks to Gasol. Passes it to Conley. Back to Gasol. Then Gasol with the dunk.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
Now here's Bazemore. 17 points for him last game against Detroit.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist totals show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, if you read the scouting report on Schroeder, he likes to get into the basket as close as possible because he's usually good from there.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Shoots from the elbow. The offensive rebound. That's tipped. Schroeder outside. Pass to Collins. Lays it up off the glass.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Atlanta.
And no doubt they relied upon that 3-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and And they took that philosophy and ran with it.
Schroeder against Conley. Prince in the corner. Bazemore for three. Here's Dedmon. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, from the D-League to dominating defensively, Dwayne Dedmon hustling around.
For Atlanta, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. A dramatic offensive regression for the Hawks over the last few seasons.
Well, they really just didn't have the shooting that they've had in the years past. And I would tell you, under Mike Budenholzer's system, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of getting to know one another to be very, very sharp in what is a very systematic way of playing. So lots of turnovers and bad shooting are a reflection of these guys not understanding fully what they need to do.
Evans outside with some arc, and the layup is up and in.
I mean, can you be more comfortable getting contact? Evans secure in his manhood.
Schroeder kicks to Collins. Back to Schroeder. The 3-ball goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Oh, great ball movement there.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Well, most of the time guys come off the bench and just try to stabilize. Tonight they got some serious points, and when you're on the road, that gives you unanticipated advantages.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. Tyreke Evans is third.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps your team get wins.
Well, the effort plays are very important. That's what these guys do. Like you said, the rebounds they provide from the off-guard spot can sometimes make the difference between winning or going home with your tail between your legs.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Yeah, I think the defense made an impact on that play, making the shooter feel a bit uncomfortable on release.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Man, that's exactly the kind of ball rotation you want to see from Evans. Throws it to the wide open shooter.
Here's Prince after Memphis gets the 3. Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Kicks it out to Prince. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Outside Gasol. Now here's McLemore, guarded by Prince, and McLemore kicks to Gasol. He dishes it to McLemore. Just 5 on the clock. Gasol setting the pick for McLemore. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bazemore, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
There he is, the product out of Kelford, North Carolina. Kent Bazemore has come a very long way during his short time in the NBA. Speaking of Kelford, that's got to be one of those places where everybody knows who you are, and Bazemore has that easygoing vibe when you get a chance to meet him.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And hard scrabble beginnings for Bazemore. Winners without heat. His mom worked 3 jobs to support the family. But what a success story for Kent Bazemore.
Yeah, an incredible story. You can see the work ethic that Kent Bazemore has and how those things have paid off for him. This is a guy who went undrafted, waited for an opportunity, and then pounced on it. The thing is with Kent Bazemore now, are you the type of player who wants to spend the money that you've earned, or do you want to earn the money that you've been given?
And you think about it, for so long, the Grizzlies were kind of the throwback team. I mean, they had the two bangers in the front court, and they really rejected that whole pace and space movement. But finally, they've come around, retooling their lineups to get more shooting on the floor. Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Now here's Conley coming off a solid outing against Washington. Outside, Davis. This is his first free throw of the game.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He misses the free throw. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Martin's checked in for Green. Chandler Parsons comes in for McLemore. Selden's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, so some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
The Hawks leading by 9. Outside, Taylor. And Muscala kicks to Taylor. The Hawks working the ball around. It's stolen by Davis. Pass to Selden. Back to Chalmers. Outside, Davis. At the elbow, Martin. Davis sets a screen. Parsons for 3. Plumlee with the rebound.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
That one falls.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
The Grizzlies trail by 11.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
Inter-conference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
Well, they'll meet twice this season. Tonight, the first matchup, so hard to know exactly what to expect.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Chandler Parsons. Averaging 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Now, here's Chalmers. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Right wing. Parsons outside. From the line. And that one hits back iron. The Hawks leading by 11. Here's Bembry. Martin with the block. Here's Zeldin. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Wizards in Washington. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Delaney. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. For Atlanta, they have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
And the Hawks in the last couple seasons with some roster turnover, established veterans departing, and now with Millsap leaving, they have embraced a complete rebuild.
And so he makes both from the line. And the Hawks traded Howard and lost Paul Millsap in short time. So the rebuild, it would appear, is on for Atlanta.
Yeah, and it seems like they feel good with how they've approached it. You know, you got to commit to turning things over and starting anew. And the Hawks are taking the first steps to building towards the future.
Here's Taylor. The Grizzlies making the shot. Kicks it to Muscala. Plumlee with the screen. Muscala dishes to Plumlee. Here's Delaney. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
So it's the Grizzlies now after the basket by Atlanta. Well, a max contract last season for Chandler Parsons, despite, Greg, his history of knee injuries. That was a bold move by the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and they've needed a great two-way wing player for years. Hopefully, Parsons can get healthy and fulfill that role for this team.
First one falls for him. Hey, Brent, Jerry West once said that his ultimate lineup would feature 5 6'9" players. I like that. In a league that features so much switching, and you were just talking about this, would that be the perfect recipe for a versatile lockdown defender?
Well, I'd take 4 6'9" players in Jerry West. How about that? That might be pretty
Always
good.
include West with anybody, right? West with anybody.
No doubt about it. At 6'9", I think what Jerry's alluding to there, Kevin, is the fact that each of those guys would have a tremendous amount of length to cover up the floor. So foot quickness, lateral movement, and then that length to bother anybody, not only challenging shots, but also getting to the rim and making sure that there's some protection around the interior part of your defense.
Rejected by Taylor, and it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. There's a minute 34 left in the first. Here's Davis.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Delaney, the pass to Taylor. The shot off that time. Davis with some nice deep. Parsons outside. Zeldin kicks to Parsons. From past the arc, they get it again. Davis, and the lead is down inside single digits. Davis has got his second basket.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
Well, that's the second part of the equation there. Block out, be aggressive, and control the glass.
Muscala gets the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Chalmers kicks to Martin. Feeds to Parsons. Memphis moving it around. Here's Davis, and it's in off the backboard. Davis has got 6. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Taylor against Chalmers. Here's Bembry. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Muscala. He feeds it to Taylor. The dish now to Muscala. That 3 off the mark. And that does it for the first quarter. Hawks lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Chandler Parsons out there with Martin. And there's Davis. Then it's Fresh. And it's Selden in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. They get the rebound. Martin blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Martin's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Grizzlies. Now here's Taylor. Plumlee with the screen. Delaney kicks to Plumlee. The pass to Delaney.
Still fresh on the minds is that 2015 season for the Atlanta Hawks when they won 60 games and a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they've never quite recaptured that magic, and most of those players are gone, so time to rebuild.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Marcus All's checked in for the Grizzlies. That misses, so he splits the free throws. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, David Fizdale was one of the most respected assistant coaches in the league before he took over in Memphis last season. He spent 8 seasons in Miami, where LeBron James played for him. LeBron said he has every quality that would fit a head coach. He's confident in his ability, a great learner, a great communicator. So it was great to see him get the nod, and he's proven so far why he's capable of the job. Kevin?
And an endorsement from LeBron is never a bad thing, D.A. Thanks so much. Now Chalmers. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Martin dishes to Gasol. Back to Martin. And finished off by Martin.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Here's the screen. Taylor kicks to Muscala. Here's Bembry. Misses in close.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Now the feed to Martin. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. Parsons got 3 assists tonight.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Atlanta calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate. with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Schroeder against Conley. It's good, and the Hawks lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Marc Gasol.
They are just killing him on the interior. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. For Memphis, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Evans kicks to Gasol, and it's blocked. Down low, Prince the pass to Collins. It's rebounded by Memphis. Gasol's got 6 rebounds in the game. Evans outside. He dishes it to McLemore. Back to Evans. Shot clock at 5. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him. And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Here's Evans. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Outside Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Evans.
Excellent contest by Bazemore on his man there. That is not an easy release.
Here's Schroeder. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
McLemore with the ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
Funny, for so long, Brother Powell was thought to have the much better career, but Mark has made the gap between them all the more closer. And in today's NBA, how about the value in having a guy at the center who has the versatility and the skill set of a Marc Gasol? With his passing and shooting, and he becomes a great zone buster for any team.
And he makes the first. And Marc Gasol becoming more aggressive, looking for his own offense.
And I thought at times in the past he was unselfish to a fault. His teammates egged him on, told him, you're the best center in the game, go out there and dominate. And now it seems like he's becoming more comfortable in his skin.
And so he hits both. Well, you were known for a lot of stuff. Great passing was one of them. Also known as an exceptional shooter. Of all the guys you played with, who is the best at setting you up for a score?
Wow, I think my years playing alongside Gary Payton in Seattle, he drew so much attention, Kevin, with his ability in transition, of course, that patented spin move of his, and then his great ability as a 6'4" guard to post up, especially on that left block, drew a lot of double teams, and that opens up shooters on the weak side. That's where I happen to be.
All the great point guards see the floor so well. They know where everybody is, don't they, Brent?
And the best ones, Kevin, you're right. The best ones are the ones willing to pitch the ball ahead. That's when you really have something special.
Now, here's Gasol. His last outing, he had 24 points. That ties it up. Gasol's got 10 points in the game.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Schroeder outside. Kicks it out to Prince. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Evans dishes to Gasol. And here's McLemore. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. A nice shot by Gasol.
And this quarter has been all about him. You feel every shot he's going to take is going in.
Prince kicks it over to Schroeder. Dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Green with the block. And he gets it back. Bazemore for three. The long distance three is buried. He has 5.
I like seeing Bazemore knock down these tough jump shots. Devastating the D with that shooting ability right now.
On the wing, Evans. At the elbow, it's Gasol. And McLemore kicks to Green. There's a screen. Evans attacking. Can't hit from 12.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
Collins, good.
Nice decision-making by Schroeder there with a terrific assist.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Outside Conley. Evans outside. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Prince. Here's Schroeder. That doesn't go either for Schroeder.
He's getting good looks on the floor, but he simply cannot bury anything right now. He's got to stay confident, though, because everyone knows he can hit those shots.
Now here's Conley. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Shot from 12. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got 5 rebounds tonight. Schroeder, right side. He kicks to Collins. Outside Prince. In the corner, Bazemore with it. 6 to shoot. And Gasol sends it back. Evans outside. Passes it to Green. To the paint. Here's Gasol. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. 14 points for Marc Gasol.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Schroeder passes to Collins. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And continuity is one thing that lends itself to winning. You see that in Memphis, that their key players in Gasol and Conley, these guys are all getting it done.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Collins. And the challenge for the Grizzlies has been finding that 4th or 5th star caliber player, Greg, to push them over the top.
And they've needed a two-way terror on the wing for the longest time here. None of their draft picks or free agent signings have really broken through. And that's what it's going to take if they want to break through in the West.
And so Collins nails both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Evans. His shot is good. Scores his 3rd basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%.
Yeah, sometimes him getting hit makes him focus more. That time takes the contact and gets the high percentage shot to go.
Now here's Schroeder. 14 points from him the last game against Detroit. Here's Delaney. Rejected by Gasol. No good off the front iron. It's a close game here in Memphis. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game, and that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Conley's shot is off.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots, and they dodged a bullet there.
Here's Plumlee. That shot missing. Good D by Gasol. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to McLemore. Back to Gasol. To the middle. Here's Davis. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Now, Brent, we're far enough into the season where certain rookies are starting to hit the wall. What can coaches do to stop that process or help them through that process of that rookie, that so-called rookie wall?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Kevin, there's not much a coach can do for a player. And I'll tell you, I've seen it where years a player after 41 games is gassed. And certainly over the course of the past few years, I've seen plenty of rookies not be phased at all. So it just depends on the makeup of the guy and what he's been asked to do. I don't know that there's too much a coach can really get into the head of a player on, other than trying to keep him confident.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Martin's checked in for Gasol. Chandler Parsons comes in for McLemore. Selden's checked in for Tyreek Evans. And Fresh subbed in for Mike Conley. No good on the second free throw.
Gone from the Hawks are all the starters of that team that just a couple years ago won 60 games. So you have to believe if this is the time for that organization to embrace a rebuild.
Here's Delaney. 5 points in the game. Bembry. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And for Memphis, they're shooting 43% for the game. Here's Selden. Parsons outside. Davis sets a screen. Fires top of the key. Memphis the rebound. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
They continue to be outworked and outmuscled on the backboard.
Now here's Taylor. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Shot to stop the drought. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul goes against Memphis. And the Hawks last season, a 5th seed, Brent, in the Eastern Conference, ousted in the first round.
Well, they have some aging veterans. They had some regressions in the wins column. They traded away a lot of the guys that were part of that 60-win team. So this is a young team that's starting to reset, rebuild, and retool.
First one falls for him. Good on both. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. 1:19 left now here in the second. Parsons outside. Here's Selden. Cutting the screen. Off the pick. Grizzlies with a fresh shot clock. Davis dishes to Chalmers. Parsons outside. Lets the 3 fly. Davis missed it. Even after all those chances. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Pass to Muscala. Here's Delaney. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Delaney's got 7 points. Memphis trailing here. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it to Chalmers. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, he's like a fumbling banker right now, dropping dimes with ease. I like how well he led his teammate on that possession.
Outside, Taylor. Poked loose and stolen by Chalmers. A big-time effort for Marc Gasol, providing a lot of energy for the Memphis Grizzlies. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We so hope you enjoyed our first half. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime report. For Memphis, the first quarter was not an easy one. As hard as they tried to compete, they just could not keep pace early and ended the period facing a deficit of 9 points. They came out in the second quarter with a lot more energy and with some nice offensive stretches and were able to even things up before the half. Kenny, what'd you think about the Grizzlies?
Well, one place they had the edge was on the offensive boards. They converted those extra possessions into points. Nothing is more demoralizing to a defense than forcing a miss and then giving up a second attempt. The offensive glass is going to pay big dividends for them.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
Welcome back, folks. Pleased to have you with us tonight again here at the FedEx Forum in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first two quarters. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
And how about that? Already through two quarters and some change. He's got a double-double.
Well, it's an impressive performance thus far, but it goes beyond just his ability. Right now, he's just simply outworking the opponent.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. And for Memphis, they're shooting around 41% on the night. On the court right now for the Hawks. Filling out the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. Dwayne Dedmon is out there with Collins, and it's Schroeder in at the one. And Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. Over Conley. That's short off the rim. Evans outside. Cans it from downtown. Evans has got the first basket of the second half here for the Grizzlies.
Man, Evans, that's a confident looking shot, and when he's knocking that one down, look out.
Collins kicks it over to Schroeder. And here's Prince outside. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And JaMychal Green, undrafted out of Alabama, played a few seasons in the D-League, Greg, but in his third season, a full-time starter in the league with Memphis.
And the Grizzlies like his ability to space the floor from that power forward position. It shows you where the game is going. Face-up skills and mobility coveted at that 4 spot.
Just a little lackluster so far with his effort. He's been very limited due to his poor shooting.
Good on the bucket, and the Grizzlies lead by 5.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Schroeder against Conley. Feeds it to Dedmon. Now the dish to Bazemore. Prince in the corner. Back to Bazemore. Fires the 3. That one no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now.
Well, they got to be more active on offense and maybe a little bit more aggressive going to the rim. 0 of 4. Not impressive thus far.
He feeds it to Dedmon. Gasol with the steal. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Evans leading the charge. And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 7-point Grizzly lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. To end the run. Goes back up. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 10 points.
Dedmon using his length that time on the offensive end.
Gasol a screen. Conley into the lane. Count that one. Conley's got the lead back up to 7 now for Memphis.
And giving up a lot of inches, he was still, though, determined to make the play.
Yeah, this is the time you can use that word, tenacity. Some guys wouldn't even try that shot, but he goes in there undeterred.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 10. Shot clock at 5. Takes the three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 13 points in the game.
Well, Schroeder likes to drive first, now establishing the shoot first confidence. Love watching him rise up immediately after the catch.
And there's Marc Gasol on the assist from Conley.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 13. The pass to Bazemore. Prince in the corner. Bazemore with it. He's against Evans. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Bazemore. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Conley dishes to Gasol. Evans outside. Back to Gasol. Shoots from 14. They get it again. Conley, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It's on Dennis Schroeder. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. Free throw good, Conley.
And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them. And with Conley's athleticism and his handle, tough to keep him out of the lane.
And if you go under on that pick, he can hurt you from deep. This guy really the complete package, arguably the most underrated point guard in our league.
Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to 4 on the bucket from Prince.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot, gave a little pump fake.
Okay.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Excellent work by the talented people in our production truck as well. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Collins has got 12 points in the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. The feed now to Gasol. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Schroeder. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And McLemore kicks to Evans. That's tipped.
Sensational coverage by Bazemore there. His length makes him a threat to always be able to block shots like that.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Now here's Evans. He's got 11. Good looking screen by Gasol. Evans kicks to Green. Over to the wing. From deep, McLemore. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. Dedmon's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, the team is still up despite him struggling, so hopefully he'll find his rhythm.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Coach Mike Budenholzer, a product of the San Antonio coaching tree, learned a lot in his decade plus as a lead assistant under Greg Popovich.
Well, I think one key for Mike Budenholzer is that he understands that the importance of the assistant coaching staff can really elevate the level of play for the basketball team, and that each of those coaches has an open door policy. You can walk in, you can have a conversation, you can gripe a little bit, and then try to build on something so that the team ends up better off because of those open lines of communication.
No good on that one. So Memphis ends up going with the new group. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Memphis leading. Parsons on the wing. Good. It's Chalmers with the assist that time. 6 points for Chandler Parsons.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Taylor passes to Bembry. Collins against Martin. They set the pick. Here's Taylor. Sinks the three-pointer. Taylor's got 7 points.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
Here's Zeldin. He's covered by Bazemore. And it's slammed in by Davis. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 12 rebounds.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Now Muscala, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Bembry. Atlanta making some changes. Miles Plumlee comes in for Collins. And it's Malcolm Delaney in for Kent Bazemore. Taylor up top, defended by Chalmers. Taylor kicks to Delaney. Back to Taylor. Unloads. Parsons with the rebound. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Left side, Martin. Dishes it to Chalmers. Parsons on the wing. He's got 6. It's deflected. Here's Bembry. He dishes it to Taylor. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Taylor's got 5 points now this quarter.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
And Chalmers kicks to Parsons to the left side wing. Outside, Martin. Chalmers passes to Zeldin. Martin the screen. Zeldin kicks to Chalmers. From outside, off the mark. The Hawks trail it. Outside, Taylor. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And they're running. Here's Zeldin. Hammers it down off the coast-to-coast break.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Taylor kicks to Plumlee. Here's Delaney. It's deflected. Parsons outside. Passes it to Zeldin. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee. Here's Parsons. He's got 6. Taylor with the ball. Pass to the Bembry. The shot from the low post is good. Memphis has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Pass to Chalmers. He kicks it to Martin. Zeldin passes to Davis. Clock at 6. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Parsons for 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And simply put, they couldn't score. And it never got completely in sync in that one.
And this is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here's Chalmers. Kicks it to Parsons. Davis dishes to Parsons. Martin with the screen for Parsons. Shoots from the baseline. And the miss by Parsons.
Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Here's Taylor off the inbound. Rebounded by Chalmers.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time he chose wisely.
Taylor kicks to Bembry. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. We have a chance now to look at the teams that have created the most points off turnovers this season. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
The first one falls. And so he makes both from the line. The Grizzlies trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Parsons kicks to Chalmers. Now the pass to Selden. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. Bembry with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 3. Feeds to Taylor. Pass to the Bembry. Over Parsons. From the high post, he drills it. Bembry's got 6 points in the quarter. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. It's Atlanta up 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Keep driving it. Get to the free throw line. Keep playing without fouling. Everybody rebound. Get a rebound. Get a rebound.
Mike Budenholzer asking his guys to be aggressive on both ends, but to stay smart about it and clean the glass.
Yeah, I mean, he wants them to get to the free throw line, but at the same time, wants to keep the other team from doing so. Really a tough balancing act.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. 4th quarter should be good. Martin is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Fresh. Then there's Davis. And it's Selden in at the shooting guard. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
and they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. McLemore's checked in for Jarrell Martin, and Tyreek Evans is subbed in for Selden. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Taylor. There's the screen. And Chalmers kicks to McLemore. Evans attacking with the tip. Davis on the follow. Davis has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Memphis.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Bembry. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Hawks lead by 5. Grizzlies shooting 41% for the game. There's the dish to McLemore. Chalmers against Schroeder. And here's Evans. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. Evans can't get that one to fall.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
All alone, and Evans throws it down hard.
Well, some foresight from Evans there to sprint out and take advantage of the transition opportunity.
And the shot goes in.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And Parsons kicks to McLemore. He feeds it to Chalmers. Evans outside. The high post shot, and it comes off the front of the rim.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. The feed to McLemore. Dishes to Parsons. Pass to Chalmers. Evans outside. Tyreek Evans, the 4th pick back in 2009, won Rookie of the Year.
Averaged 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists right off the bat. And it's been about the injuries in terms of what's held him back. If he can stay healthy, and that's a big if, the talent is obvious.
Two shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle.
Some changes for Memphis. Marc Gasol's checked in for Davis. JaMychal Green comes in for Parsons, and Mike Conley subbed in for Fresh. And both free throws good for Tyreek Evans.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Schroeder outside. He dishes it to Prince. He kicks it to Collins. Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And that one falls for Prince. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Schroeder against Conley. Shot off the pick. Bucket is good.
Yeah, and coming off that pick there, Conley able to get to his sweet spot and convert.
The Hawks leading by 6. Schroeder passes to Dedmon. Kicks it to Bazemore. Back to Dedmon. Shot clock at 5. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. Here's Collins, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Hawks lead by 8.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Gasol, a screen on Schroeder. Conley kicks to Gasol. Rob. Here's Bazemore. Grizzlies with the rebound. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. Inside. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
One shot.
Atlanta leading by 5. Schroeder outside, and Bazemore kicks it over to Schroeder. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And Dennis Schroeder plays the game with a real flair. Tremendous confidence in his abilities.
Well, sometimes that gets him in a bit of trouble too, Kevin. You got to minimize some of the energy that you put into the antics that are happening around the game and put that kind of energy back into the game. But still a talented young point guard and a guy who wants to measure himself up against the best in the league every night.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Dennis Schroeder, a full-time starter for the first time just last season, upped his scoring average to around 18 points a game, but they really turned the keys over to what it was that they were going to do behind Dennis Schroeder and his ability. At the same time, it was the best shooting percentages he had in his very young career.
Schroeder hits them both. And Schroeder can score. He also averaged about 6 assists a game last season.
Well, the balance between scoring and passing in the first season as Schroeder being a first-time starter for his ball club is something that he needs to work on. That tends to point, Kevin, towards leadership, and the Hawks would like to see more of that.
Here's Prince, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Conley, the pass to Gasol. It's tipped. Now here's Schroeder. In the corner, Bazemore with it. Over Evans. Here's Prince. And he makes good on the layup. And the Hawks lead by 11.
You love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Coach Fizdale was going over with his team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this thing. Let's see if that pep talk got him going, guys.
Schroeder kicks it to Bazemore. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. And so it's Atlanta with it. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Conley left side. Bazemore grabs the miss. Bazemore's got 4 rebounds in this game. Prince kicks to Collins. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Conley kicks to Evans. No good on that one. And Atlanta will come the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Here's Collins. Off target from outside. The Grizzlies trail by 9. And the dunk by McLemore.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Schroeder dishes to Dedmon. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Collins. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. Poke loose. Gasol with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Green. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Prince in the corner. Shoots a 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Green's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now the pass to Evans. Good looking screen by Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. Unloads from 13. Rebound by the Hawks.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
The Grizzlies trail by 7. Gasol a screen. Conley kicks to McLemore. Feeds to Gasol. Right wing. Gasol a screen. Here's McLemore. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. McLemore's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
And now here comes Conley leading the break. Shoots over Schroeder. Conley's shot is off. Atlanta leading by 5. Here's Dedmon. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Dedmon likes to play physical. He brings it to the game every night.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Now Evans. Gasol a screen. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Another miss by Conley. Atlanta's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Bazemore passes to Schroeder. Now here's Prince. Not a lot of room. Count that one.
Yeah, certainly an attitude change at halftime after sort of wandering around in the first. He's kicked it into gear here for the second frame.
They set the pick. Gasol a screen. Evans kicks to Conley. The basket good off the assist from Evans. Evans has got 4 assists in the game.
Well, the defense very attentive to him in the first quarter, but he's finally gotten loose in the second and making them pay.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's foul number 2 for him. Passes it to Conley. Good looking screen by Gasol. Back to Conley. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And now it's just a 4-point Hawks lead. There's a good screen. Prince outside. Here's Schroeder. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
This is where I could see Schroeder's game improving. More patience and poise. And he excels at using his strong pump fake to his advantage.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter.
Yeah, if you're the defense, you don't want to bail out Evans on that possession with a foul. But he capitalizes and gets to the line.
2.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Clutch. Those free throws turn this into a 1-possession ball game.
Schroeder kicks to Prince. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. And it's Memphis on the break on the wing. Evans. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
There's the dish to Collins. Schroeder kicks to Collins. Outside Prince. Another miss by Prince. Now the Grizzlies with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Conley kicks to Evans. It's stolen by Schroeder. Prince outside. Schroeder with the ball. Conley picks him up. Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. Yes!
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They trail by 4. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan Player of the Game.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Some nice passing there by Memphis.
Tremendous effort. I mean, this guy has already cracked double digits on the backboard.
Well, rooting out guys for his position and then outworking them, so you add fundamentals with the effort. Leader by example.
Jarrell Martin's checked in for Jermichael Green. And the second of 2 is good, and that puts them up by 5. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's the pick. Gasol a screen. Evans kicks to Martin. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And Evans is such a versatile player, showing it right there with that pass.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 5. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Conley for 3. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And the spacing that Conley provides from long range really has become crucial to this offense. You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Time working against them here.
Got to grab a quick score and a foul, and even then it might be too late.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. No luck that time either. It's Evans on the wing. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.